She's already begun her official visit by going to a township. I wonder what the rest of the day is going to be packed with.
It is going to be packed. After that school, she's going to be having a meeting with the business delegation, as you were talking there in the studio about this nascent relationship, how important it can be for both countries. They're both going to want to cement that. They're going to be heading over here to Teenhuis, where they will be having a bilateral meeting. That's Cyril Ramaphosa and Theresa May. Let's bring in Lester to talk a little bit more about the feeling between the two of them. I mean, it seems to be a pretty strong relationship. I know it's relatively new, but they've got a lot to work on, haven't they?
Look how hospitable South Africa, Cape Town is. We've even provided very similar weather that Theresa May be used to back there in the big smoke in London. But you're very right. It is about solidifying that relationship that South Africa and the UK have. It's South Africa's sixth largest trading partner, and I think it would be beneficial for both sides. Obviously, Theresa May is looking at a post-Brexit trade era. South Africa trying to say, look, we're open for business. If you can just look back in the last few years of former President Jacob Zuma's presidency, not many state or working visits from foreign delegations. Just in the last few months, Cyril Ramaphosa has welcomed plenty of foreign heads to South Africa. Yes, the BRICS summit was planned quite in advance, but this is a very important meeting for Cyril Ramaphosa. He's trying to hit that $100 billion US in foreign investment target. So not only is he here to strengthen diplomatic relationships, but also he wants to talk to those 29 business delegation that's coming with Theresa May, trying to say that South Africa's doors are open, we're ready for business, and also trying to stress political stability, especially while the conversation on land reform still continues. I'm sure many journalists would want to ask Theresa May if she shares Donald Trump's sentiments regarding land reform. And I think what she would want to know from the president is South Africa stable? What exactly is the policy on land reform? And looking at the 2019 elections, in this possibility of coalition government, will South Africa be stable enough for foreign investors to come here and do business in?
And there's no pomp and ceremony as you would expect, especially coming from the UK where they're so good at it, because it is purely a working visit, as you were saying, really important to both of them. Not only the land issue, corruption. I'm sure Cyril Ramaphosa will have to give a positive message there, that her money is safe.
That's right. He'll obviously mention that right here in Parliament where we are standing, several committees have been looking at the issue of state capture. Just later this morning, actually, the Joint Committee on Energy and Public Enterprises will be having a deep dive into the status of Eskom today and regarding dodgy contracts that have coal contracts that have been given out. He was obviously going to refer to the state capture investigation that is ongoing. I think this is the president on his way, so we actually would get a very good shot of him coming in. I'm sure you can see the red carpet behind us has already been rolled out. But you're right, none of that pomp and ceremony. It is strictly business. A bit later, Theresa May will be going to a school in Gugulethu, then having that business networking summit, and then here to Teenhuis for that tete-a-tete with President Cyril Ramaphosa. I'm just having a look around, and it does appear that the president is arriving now. We'll just ask Tommy to...
Over here.
And we'll see if we can get a shot, and maybe we can have a shout at President Ramaphosa and see what he would have to say.
And while we're waiting for him to get out of the car, I mean, obviously the political stability in South Africa is of concern to all sides. Today we've got a DA press conference and an EFF conference. Big issues on a big day for Cyril Ramaphosa.
That's right. It's quite interesting that you're having the Democratic Alliance as well as the EFF having the press conferences, obviously in relation to the ousting, one would argue, of Nelson Mandela Bay Mayor Athol Trollip. Yesterday, there's some talks and some insinuation that other metros could also go that way. Johannesburg, Tshwane also on a knife edge at the moment. And I think it's all in the build-up to that 2019 general elections. And I'm sure that Theresa May would want to know from the president just how stable is South Africa politically, and yet at the same time I think the president would also want to know we'll do a little dance.
Yeah.
I'm sure the president would want to know from Theresa May, where does she see South Africa in her plans in a post-Brexit United Kingdom?
And it's an important time for South Africa in the sense that it can ground its position as an economic leader on the continent. It's been so marred with corruption, with Jacob Zuma's rule. This is the moment now, isn't it, for Cyril Ramaphosa to say we can lead?
That's right. The president has his international trade envoys, including former Finance Minister Trevor Manuel. Late in the week, he will be going on an official state visit to China. So he's really on a roadshow to try and tell the world South Africa is back in business. We're opening our doors. We want to regain that position as an economic and political powerhouse in the African continent.
Okay, let's leave it there, Lester. And we're going to be leaving you as well because it's all heating up behind us, as you can tell, and we need to move on, but we'll see you a little bit later.
Thank you very much. Jane Dutton and Lester Kivita outside Parliament there near Tynhuys as the presidency gets ready to welcome Theresa May, the British Prime Minister, who's here on a trade mission.